Have you been curious to know what is a Kundalini activation? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you all things Kundalini activation, how you can tell if you're having one, and you're going to want to stay tuned to the end because I'm going to be sharing with you how you can work with your Kundalini to really take your business and life to the next level. What is up, my love? Welcome back. My name's Sabrina here, and I am so excited to be guiding you through this wild ride of Kundalini activations. So earlier this week, I was talking about how I've been having Kundalini activation after Kundalini activation after Kundalini activation. And so many of you have been asking, what are they? Like, I want to know what this is. Let's just dive in, and let me tell you first, what is Kundalini? So Kundalini is your life force energy, which gets nice and cozy right at the root of the spine. And when you have this activation, it curls its way up through the spine and out through the crown. This Kundalini energy is the life force that's helping you navigate through this time and space with more ease and grace. But to experience more of that ease and grace, you have to understand that when you activate this space, it may not be all unicorns and rainbows and butterflies. If anything, when you activate your Kundalini energy, you're gonna be having everything come up to the surface, and I mean everything. I know I had my first Kundalini activation back in 2012. I was going through this really intense journey with my twin flame, and I just had a difficult LSD trip a couple months before. And essentially my Kundalini life force came through during a meditation, and that was the time for me to get to business. I knew right there, right then, that there was no more room for playing small. So the energy got super, super intense. And a lot of the time, I didn't know the education, I didn't know what it was. And it wasn't until I became a Kundalini yoga teacher that I understood and really tapped in deeper to this Kundalini activation. This journey is going to take you to the very depth of your soul. It's going to have you really address everything that's been blocking you from living from that heart center, because that Kundalini energy wants to rise up through the heart. And then once you're living from that heart-centered space, you can project that out into the world. This physical reality is so determined by that journey into the heart, right? We can live heart-centered once that Kundalini is activated. And then from that heart-centered space, we can project it out, remembering and sharing the truth that we are spiritual beings having this human experience. If you're finding yourself in this state of resistance, it may be a more painful, exhausting, and challenging process. So bear in mind, if you're still carrying lots of trauma, lots of pain, lots of repressed anger, emotions that are really out of alignment, you're gonna become BFFs with it, because this Kundalini activation is having you face all of this so that you can go out there and share your medicine, your masses, and your truth with the world. So how do you know if you're having a Kundalini activation? The first thing I can tell you is that you feel like your senses heightened. You feel this like energy that can be started at your yoni, ladies. It can be started at your gut. You just feel this this wave of emotion and energy just like showering over you. And your saliva can change taste. Your sensitivities are heightened. Overall, it is activating your physical body and your energetic body, because you are having this rise come up. You're purifying the container that is your body so that you can start to make space for that next level that you've been calling in. If everything is energy, you need to make sure you have the solid container, which is your body, to be able to sustain the energy that it is that you're calling in through those desires. So your Kundalini activation is going to clear out, make room for what it is you're calling in. From this space, you begin to cultivate a healthier relationship with the head and the heart, because it's a balance. We need to have the logic, and we also need to really tap into that humanness of soul and connection and compassion. And so we have to start balancing this relationship, and that's what's going to come up as part of this Kundalini awakening, as part of this Kundalini activation. So understand that this process is a journey. It's a journey. It's not about the destination. It's a journey. And through that journey, you're going to learn more about yourself. You're going to learn and understand that everything you've endured, all those traumas and stuff you're working through and breaking up, that energetic stagnation that's stuck in the lower triangle, through the Kundalini activation, awakening, and really making space and opening that path for you, you're going to understand that everything you've endured is happening for you and not to you. The thing that you have to remember, that when you're on the spiritual path, you don't want to get caught up in the head. You also want to be grounded to what's happening with your feet on the ground. And this is what it's going to help you really understand. Like, you have to understand that the day-to-day life that you're enduring, you are here to show up fully. And that activation is helping you show up fully so that you can live out your purpose of anchoring heaven on earth, of moving the masses with your message and your medicine. So how does this Kundalini activation really help you align to your desires? As I shared before, the lower triangle is that foundation piece, and you clearing through that childhood trauma, the blocks, all the conditioning and the limiting beliefs from your early childhood. That's the journey that the Kundalini activation is really helping you navigate through. Because let's face it, so many of our leaders today in the world, they are so detached from their lower triangle, which is why they're so ego-driven. So this Kundalini activation is helping you come back to becoming embodied, fully embodied, so that you can serve being authentically you. I think a lot about Blink-182, that song, What's My Age Again? How they said, nobody likes you when you're 23. 23 is when the heart chakra is starting to form. You're gonna be clearing through all that junk, 0 to 23. And that is what's going to continue to be the foundation and the precedent of your life, of your experience. That's why it's so critical for you to do this deep inner healing work, which is what this Kundalini activation is really helping you integrate and master. So you have to just remember to honor this process. So if you're feeling those sensations come up, if you're feeling the saliva coming on, the change, the taste, the echoing, the deja vu, allow yourself to be still, breathe through it. If you need to go into child's pose, where you have your forehead down to the ground, you're reaching forward and you're just in this beautiful, comfortable position, go for it. Bring that third eye down to the ground. You can also lay on your, you can lay down on your stomach and feel that cord, that energetic cord from your solar plexus going down to the center of the earth to be grounded. Work with these tools because, again, this is all part of the process to activate those desires. You have to make space. So in the meantime, don't resist what's coming up. Instead, lean into it. Get comfortable. Know that you are safe. Know that you are guided. Know that you're protected. If you need help, call on your ancestors, call on your guides, reach out to a friend, because you don't have to do this journey alone. And this is part of the beautiful process, because you're going to see the evolution of when you first were sleeping to when you are awake, activated, and fully embodied. So just understand that this Kundalini awakening is really helping you break free from the BS once and for all, so that you can really live from this truth, your Satnam, which we call in Kundalini Yoga. Truth is your identity. And then you can come from the space and lead from the space that people want to know, bitch, what is she on? I want some of that. And so Kundalini Activations, again, it's a wild ride. You are supported. You're not alone. And this is all part of the beautiful journey to help you actualize those desires and the life you've been calling in. So just remember, once you have that free flow and lower triangle working through the Kundalini activation, success is inevitable, because you've created the solid foundation to cultivate the business and life you truly desire. And so Kundalini Yoga is one of my favorite tools. Next week, I'm going to be sharing with you a really powerful Kundalini meditation to help activate abundance and prosperity. In just 3 minutes a day, practicing this meditation 3 minutes a day, you can start to activate more abundance and prosperity in your life. If you like this video, remember to leave a comment below, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell so you know when my next video is coming up. But in the meantime, I also invite you to go forth, check out the description below, and download my mystical practical tools to really help you take your business and life to the next level. This is your chance to slay your business, slay your life, and to use these tools that I'll be sharing with you throughout this channel to really unleash your medicine with the world. Take your time, honor the truth, and remember the fact that this is a journey. It's about the journey, not the destination. So I'm excited to be guiding you on this journey. I'm excited to witness your experience. If you've had a Kundalini activation below, I want to hear all about it in the comments below. And let's support each other, because this is the time for us to truly step up, and show the world that consciousness is here. We are here to slay with our truth, with our medicine, and there is nothing that can stop us. Take care, check it out, and honor yourself. I'll see you soon. Take care. Satnam.